Welcome to Engineering Chemistry Lab. Today we are going to discuss about experiment reduction of para-nitrophenol to para-aminophenol. Before going to start this experiment, I like to acknowledge Mr. Vijay Anand for his assistance. First, before going to start this reaction, we should know what is mean reduction in chemistry. So reduction means in the addition of hydrogen to molecule or removal of oxygen from the molecule. It's called reduction. Today we are going to prepare para-aminophenol from the para-nitrophenol by doing reduction. These para-aminophenol have several advantages. For example, this para-aminophenol we can use in like a synthesis of paracetamol, and also we can use as a black and white film developer. This commercial name is known as a Radinol. And also this para-aminophenol derivatives we can use in the pharmaceuticals and also agrochemical industry. Here if you come to the preparation methods, to prepare para-aminophenol from the para-nitrophenol, there is a several methods are available in the literature. For example, this one we can prepare by using palladium carbonate and hydrogen, and also sodium borohydride in presence of catalyst, metal nanoparticles in presence of sodium borohydride, tin HCl, lithium aluminum hydride and titanium tetrachloride. These all methods have some limitation. For example, what are those limitations? Some reaction may require longer time, some reaction may require the costly chemicals, some reaction may give the some byproducts. In order to reduce this limitation and also to get good amount of product, we have chosen the best method among these. So now we are going to do this experiment with the lithium aluminum hydride and titanium tetrachloride. Here also one more important thing we should remember. So this handling this lithium aluminum hydride is very difficult, and also this LH, lithium aluminum hydride, can easily react with the water or maybe the moisture. So whenever you are coming to the campus, whenever you are going to this particular reaction, you are going to get the sodium borohydride instead of lithium aluminum hydride. Now we will go for the reagents and solvents. So for this experiment we require the different reagents and solvent. What are those? We will see. Lithium aluminum hydride, titanium tetrachloride, and then dry THF. This dry THF is nothing but anhydrous THF is required for the reaction, and also to isolate the product and also to run the TLC we require the solvents. Those are like ethyl acetate and hexane. To quench the reaction, at the end of the reaction we require the 25% of ammonium solution and water. This complete reaction we need to do in inert condition. To maintain the inert condition in the reaction mixture, we should use the nitrogen gas. So we should not do this reaction in the atmosphere. Now we will see the operators. What are the operators are required for the reaction? So for this reaction we require the 3-neck round bottom flask, TLC plate, TLC chamber, stopper, so etc. we required for this reaction. After completing this reaction, we should monitor whether the reaction is completed or not, and also we should see the product is formed or not. So how we will do that? For example, this reaction, after completing the reaction, we should check the TLC. TLC is nothing but thin layer chromatography. Here in the TLC plate, so this is called like a stationary phase, and then we are going to use the mobile phase, 30% of ethyl acetate, 70% of hexane. In the stationary phase, we will put the two spots, like by using capillary tube we will spot the two spots. The first one is the starting material, the second one is the reaction mixture. Whenever we done this TLC in the mobile phase, so the less polar compound will move more height. Here you can see the more polar compound will move less height. So this TLC we can see with the naked eyes, this TLC we cannot see directly by our eyes, but if you put this TLC in the UV light, so there we can see this both the spots. And also this TLC we can put in the ninhydrin stain, and then if you put it into the ninhydrin stain, so what happen actually here, this is the ninhydrin, it will react with the primary amine, it will give the some this type of product. This product will give the color. So from the color we can identify, okay, here is the product. And also this, after isolating this product, after forming the crystal, so we are going to check the high resolution mass spectrometry, and then from this we will get the information about the molecular weight. And also by using this same compound, we are going to record the IR spectroscopy. In the IR spectroscopy, if the NH2 is formed, so we will get the NH touching and NH bending fixed field in the IR spectra. Now we are going to do the reaction. This type of sensitive reaction we must do inside the wood. Here I will show you the what are the reagents we are going to use. So we are going to use the 4-nitrophenol, THF, this is the dry THF, titanium tetrachloride and lithium aluminum hydride. For quenching this reaction, we require the 25% of ammonium solution. To run the TLC, to isolate the product, we require the hexane and ethyl acetate solvents. Now we will see the operators. This is the TLC chamber, this is the TLC plate, this is the ninhydrin stain solution, syringe, 3-neck RB, inside you can see stir bar. Finally, we need to quench the reaction. For that 50 ml of water is required and also 50 ml of 25% ammonium solution is required. After quenching the reaction, we need to do workup by using this separating funnel. Always this reaction we should do in the presence of nitrogen atmosphere. So this is the balloon with the nitrogen gas. Yeah, we are going to do this reaction at 0 degree centigrade. In order to maintain 0 degree centigrade, we are going to use this ice bath. Now I will fix this 3-neck RB to the stand. After fixing the 3-neck RB to the stand, I have taken THF inside the RB. Now I am going to transfer titanium tetrachloride. I am going to add drop by drop in the presence of ice bath. For this reaction, we require 2.2 ml of titanium tetrachloride. After adding 2.2 ml of titanium tetrachloride, let it stir for 5 minutes at 0 degree centigrade. Now again we need to add the lithium aluminum hydride at 0 degree centigrade. Now we are going to add the lithium aluminum hydride. Now we will allow this reaction mixture to stir for 10 to 15 minutes at 0 degree centigrade. Now 50 minutes is completed. The active titanium resin is formed inside the reaction mixture. Now I am going to add the 4-nitrophenol. Exactly we need for this reaction 1.39 gram of 4-nitrophenol. I have added in this up and drop. So now I am going to add this 4-nitrophenol to the reaction mixture slowly. After adding para-nitrophenol, we should wait for the 15 minutes and then the reaction should be still at room temperature. Initially we have added excess lithium aluminum hydride and the titanium tetrachloride. In order to quench those reagents, we should add the 50 ml of water and 50 ml of 25% of ammonium solution. Now I am going to add Now we have successfully quenched the reaction. Later we will go for the workup. Now we are going to do workup. We need to transfer this reaction mixture into the separating funnel. We should take 50 ml of ethyl acetate for the separation. We need to wait for a few seconds. After waiting few seconds, here you can see clearly the both layers will form. The upper layer is organic, the below layer is aqueous. By using this separating funnel, we need to separate aqueous and then organic layers. We should collect separately. In this organic layers, our desired product is there. So this this solvent we need to evaporate by using rota evaporator. Now we are going to check the TLC. This is the TLC plate. So in here we need to draw the one line by using pencil. This is stationary phase, and then mobile phase we need to take in the real TLC chamber. It's 30% of ethyl acetate, 70% of hexane solvent mixture we have taken here. Now we need to spot both the reaction mixture. I am keeping the right side, and also I am going to take the starting material left side. Now I am going to run the TLC in the mobile phase. After this, we need to mark how much the solvent is done. This one we cannot see directly from the eyes, but if you keep the TLC in the UV chamber, you can see the spots. Thank you. Now we will keep TLC in the UV light chamber. In the UV light, you can see clearly the starting material we have kept it left side, that is the less polar. It moved to the upside, and then our desired product, it's a more polar, it's moved to the little bit down in the TLC. From this you can say that our desired product is formed. By using rota evaporator, we have evaporated all excess solvent. Now we can see the product. Before crystallization, the initial compound is the reddish color. So the after crystallization, we will see the pure compound. Finally, we need to do recrystallization our product. So the final product looks like this. After recrystallization, we can see the clear white solid. After recrystallization, the pure compound, to get exact molecular weight, we have submitted to the HRMS at VIT Vellore. From the HRMS, we come to know. So this is our expected product. Here we can see this is the exact molecular weight from theoretically, and then this is the observed molecular weight from the experimental. This one you can see, this is up to 2 decimal, it is matching. So from this we can say, so our desired product is found in the reaction. Later we have done the IR spectroscopy. In the IR spectroscopy we have got the related to NH2 the IR peaks we have observed. For example, here you can see at 3341 range we have observed the NH stretching, and also at around 1615 we have observed the NH bending peaks we have observed. From this IR spectra we have confirmed, so that our desired product is the para amino phenyl.